You mentioned the family resource centres there. The Gambling Awareness Trust, or Stroke Gambling Care as they call themselves also, they're actually doing education programs in family resource centres and in schools as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and I suppose this was one of the things that, when we had run the campaign in relation to Drink Aware being removed from Irish schools, the HSE, the Department of Education and the Department of Health all came back and were very clear and made a very clear statement that, Drink Aware materials and Drink Aware teacher training programs should not be used in Irish schools. So when we did receive a letter back from the Taoiseach in relation to our letter of concern, he has cited, schools. He has cited the circular that the guidelines say that, parties with conflict of interest should not be used. And unfortunately, that sort of a vague statement, while it's very welcome, that sort of a vague statement doesn't bring enough clarity. I have great respect for family resource centres. I was involved with one of them myself many years ago. They provide fabulous supports right across Ireland to, largely underserved communities and underserved sections of our community. But they have entered into an agreement with the Gambling Awareness Trust that is 100% funded by the gambling industry. It is 100% funded by the gambling industry. Therefore, its goals are not benign, they're not driven by health, they're not driven by well-being, despite all of their glossy materials and their rhetoric. The goal of the gambling industry in funding agencies like the Gambling Awareness Trust is to increase profit and to seek sort of light touch regulation by governments. So their argument is, well, actually, do you know what? We're in schools, we're giving out money for addiction services, we're mopping up the harm, so therefore really strong regulation is not needed. And what we're saying to government is, do you know what? You already had a circular that said any organisations with conflicts of interest shouldn't be in schools. It didn't go far enough. Schools didn't heed it. You had to come out and step up and you had to name Drink Aware. And in this instance, we're saying that government is going to have to show the same kind of leadership, like raw, really strong and clear leadership. And they're going to have to call it out. And they're going to have to say that organisations funded by the gambling industry, organisations funded by the Gambling Awareness Trust, should not be in Irish schools. Their materials should not be in Irish schools. Their charities that they fund should not be in Irish schools. And family resource centres who are taking money from the Gambling Awareness Trust should not be doing awareness raising with either children or parents in this country.